After a bit of a topsy-turvy episode last time out, have we managed to sort ourselves out, or has that little wobble at the end of the episode become something bigger? Let's go and find out. Hello and welcome to episode 63 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you in League One against Barnsley and against Ipswich. Ipswich, who we will also be playing in the next episode, but this time in the Papa John's Trophy. Today we play them at home, which is very good news. But in the meantime, since you were last with us, what has been happening? Well, I can tell you, if things aren't going quite according to plan today. I'm not sure what's going on, but the old screens are not dropping out. But as you'll see, that 3-2 loss against Wigan was merely a wobble because we played Preston and beat them 4-3, albeit we were down in this game. We were actually three goals down. Is that right? No. Right, let's check this out because I've lost track of what we got. We were goal down at half time. A goal from Ross Stewart after 29 minutes, and then on 53 minutes we were 2 goals down, 2-0, and looking as if we were in the similar place to where we were against Wigan. However, we did a bit of a we didn't change formation this time. We stuck with the formation. We just did a little bit of manoeuvring, and Lewis Walker suddenly decided he found his shooting boots and got one back after 56. A minute later, got a second, made it 2-2 as we went on. Ross Stewart making it 3-2 after 63 minutes. 10 minutes later, Lewis Walker got his hat-trick. We'll see the goal that got his hat-trick in a moment. And it was 3-3 deep in 6 minutes of injury time. And Billy Sass Davis, a headed corner, getting us the win, the most unlikely win, and a big turnaround to give us a 4-3 win at Deepdale. Let's have a quick look at that Lewis Walker goal that got us back level after going behind, if we can. And then we'll have a look at the Sass Davis corner. Duddy Zach, who had come on. Smith found Omatoy. Omatoy crossed the ball in. Close range. Walker steered it into the back of net, making it 3-3. And then Sass Davis, 5 minutes into injury. Tomlinson found Sass Davis, and it was a win. And 3 points, 3 more points on the board, which we were really pleased about. Andrew Thomas not having a good day in goal again. Then we went to Bolton, to the University of Bolton Stadium. And, we dismantled Bolton, basically. First half, a very tight affair. Lewis Walker, again, getting us underway. 24 minutes, he took the lead. They weren't doing a great deal. Lewis Walker popping up again after 55, making it 2-0. Kedo Taylor-Hart scoring his first goal for us after 67. We'll have a look at that one as well, because it was his first goal for us. He hadn't been playing particularly well in the first half. Give him a bit of a chance in the second half, and he made good find of it. It was good to have Liam Walsh back. He was in fine fettle. Look at that shot from Taylor-Hart from just outside the penalty area. And that man, Sass Davis, again, rounding it off. Another header from the corner. And that man, Liam Walsh, the provider, a player of the match, providing on that game. So it's good to have him back. And 2 straight wins then. Both producing 4 goals for us, albeit we did concede quite a few there. But that has put us in a very strong position now in the league, because as you will see, we are up to second, which is automatic promotion territory. And the good news is we've got a 2-point gap now on Charlton, albeit Charlton do have a game in hand. So we could drop back down out of here. And then we've got a 3-point gap down to Bristol Rovers, who also have a game in hand. I think we have a superior goal difference on them, so we're not too worried about them. And then it's 61 points down to today's opponents, Ipswich, and then Peterborough, who will be playing in the next episode, Wigan, who've clawed themselves up from 10th to 7th. They're doing quite well as well. So that is how it all looks going into today's episode. Today's episode, as I said, is 2 games. We have Barnsley first up, then Ipswich Town. Barnsley, who we have played before, drew 1-1 with them earlier in the season at Oakwell. Can we get a result against them today? We're about to find out. And then, of course, we have that game against Ipswich Town, who, again, we drew 0-0. So we drew with both these sides earlier in the season, but I think it was possibly when we were, where were we? Barnsley here. So we're just coming out of this sort of little run and starting to pick up a little bit of form, but we weren't into the rub of it. And the same with Ipswich. It wasn't really. We hadn't won any league games. We'd drawn a couple. We won one against Shrewsbury, and then drew a couple, and then drew against Ipswich, and then we started to pick up a bit of momentum going along, which has led us to where we are right now in the league. No more to do. Let's get on with the episode. Get on with the games. Barnsley first up then in League One. Both these are home games again. And let's go and have a look at the team that will face Barnsley. And this is the team that will face Barnsley. And you'll see that Thomas is in goal. Linton, Sass, Davis, Gamble and Tomlinson are defensive line. Walsh and Harvey Griffiths are in front of them with Reagan Griffiths leading the centre of midfield. Taylor Hart continues out on the left, having a great game last time out. Omatoy out on the right. Walker leads the attack. He's scored 5 goals now in the last 2 games, a hat-trick and 2 in the last brace. So 22 goals for the season, which means it keeps Nathan Fraser on the bench. And I think Nathan Fraser coming in and scoring as he did has given Walker a bit of a wake-up call. Molden, Smith, McDonald, Patterson, Dudizak, Moss and Fraser make up the bench. And this is how the two sides line up, playing our 4-3-3. Emma Hayes, the manager at Barnsley, and they're playing a flat back 3, 2 wing backs. And we're second in the table. Barnsley down in 15th with 46 points. And this is how the two teams look. And Mads Anderson has picked up a injury in a tackle with Walker. He's had to go off. He's been replaced by O'Connell, and that was the incident. As you'll see, the trainer coming on. Not that the trainer's coming on very fast. And first highlight, 2.5 minutes in. It's a free kick to Barnsley. And the replacement player, O'Connell, is on. I think that's O'Connell. Just come on there. It is. Not sure we're going to see much of this highlight. And O'Connell gets a touch of the ball. Kitchen. And Tomlinson cuts that ball out, but gives it straight away to Connell as opposed to O'Connell. Taylor Hart tidying up here. Has Sass Davis in support. Walsh. Ball forward. Sass Davis again. Launches another one. This time long. And not really getting hold of this so far. It's bobbling around. Goes all the way back to Smith. And Harvey Griffiths cutting that out in midfield. Tomlinson comes forward. And He's got a bit of space there. It's gone out for a corner. And here's a corner. Tomlinson crosses it deep. Sass Davis just over the top. Walsh with a free kick. Swings it in. It's headed just over the top. Goal kick now. Thomas to Sass Davis. Very tight affair. Not a lot going on. Walker heads that down nicely to Harvey Griffiths. Omatoy. Omatoy's sort of tackled by O'Dowda, but he's come away with the ball. Walsh over the top looking for Walker. Walker down into the path of Griffiths, but Griffiths couldn't put it away. Free kick to Barnsley now. Swung in, and Williams over the top. And half-time comes. No more highlights. And we're finding it hard to break them down with them playing that flat back three. Might have to look at a slightly different way of doing it. Just 3 shots, 1 on target, a 0.31 on the XG. Barnsley have had 3 shots, none on target, 0.12. They've had 57% of the possession. I think we need a bit more possession in the second half, that is for sure. First highlight of the second half, 48 minutes in, no changes at half time. Barnsley come forward and Griffiths having it out to Sass Davis. Sass Davis inside to Linton. And we start from the back. Linton tries to throw it over the tie, but what was going on? O'Dowd was watching that and then telegraphed in. Tavernier crosses it in. It's in. It's Neil Williams, who's picked up an injury, but he's managed to get that in the back of the net on 49 minutes, and we go a goal behind. Allowed Tavernier lots of room, crossed it in, and Williams not being marked. And with 61 minutes on the clock, we've made 2 changes. Regan Griffiths comes off, and Harrison Dudizak comes on for Regan Griffiths. We've also taken off Kiddo. Taylor Hart's not having a good day out there today. Picked up the yellow card as well. Walker moves back into that left side of midfield. And he is... Fraser comes on. Nathan Fraser comes on to see if he can find a way through. But he was definitely causing us all sorts of problems. I'm just wondering whether Walker is actually better off on the right. I think he is. Let's swap Walker and Omatoy over. Omatoy is better as an inside forward, apparently, on that side. And then Walker as the winger. Right, that's the changes. Let's see if we can make a breakthrough here. We have a corner. Tomlinson with the corners deep for Sass Davis. And it's gone in. And it's Nathan Fraser gets his 5th goal, and I think it was Sass Davis. Couldn't really see what was going on, to be fair. Sass Davis is... Oh, it's Smith. Right, Sass Davis trying to head it in. Smith parried it straight onto Fraser. Thomas to Sass Davis now. 1-1. 70 minutes on the clock. Walsh. Griffiths. Griffiths comes forward. Linton on that far side. He's got Sass Davis in support. Back to Linton. Created the space for him. Harvey Griffiths has Tomlinson outside him. Tomlinson tries to get into a crossing thing, but O'Dowda's in the way, and it's a pretty poor ball. Gamble, though, tidies up. Griffiths again. Tomlinson swings this one in. Fraser crosses it into the area. It's in. And it's Omatoy with his 11th of the season. 2-1. So we've turned this one around. That's what I like to see. Griffiths, Tomlinson. Tomlinson has been playing well. Supplied that one. Fraser crosses it in. And O'Connell couldn't get it out from under his feet. And Omatoy, I'm still having trouble saying his name. And with nearly 81 minutes on the clock, we made the rest of our changes. Carl McDonald comes on for Joe Tomlinson. All these players pretty much getting tired. And also Joe Tomlinson not had a good day, and I thought he'd played quite well. So Carl McDonald on for him. Andy Smith comes on for Patrick Gamble, who's not had a bad game, but he was tiring, and so is Billy Sass Davis. but I was just thinking of the height from Billy Sass-Davis. He's always good on the pitch. Alex Patterson comes on for Liam Walsh, who's back from injury, but he's not had such a good game today, but he's made an impact, and I think they are the rest of our changes. And Thomas to Sass-Davis with those changes, I think, are in place, and that's balls given away, and we've got to be careful. We don't want them to get back on equal terms here. It's gone out wide. Randall crosses it in, but Thomas is there. 5 minutes of injury time. We're in the second minute of. Griffiths heads that to Walker. Walker out wide. Has a bit of support here from Donald, I think. Crosses it deep. Oh, lovely shot. And it's Tyrese Omotoy gets his second of the game. And we are 3-1. 2-goal cushion with 3 minutes of injury time. Still to play. And it's put it to bed. Lovely cross. Everybody missed. Omotoy just swung at it. Bang. Free kick. Connell swings it in. It's headed clear. Dudziak is there. Dudziak comes away. He's got two in front of him. Fraser is there. He's put that nicely. And Fraser's tucked it away. 4-1. 6th goal of the season and 3rd game in a row. We've scored 4 goals. We are on a roll, boys and girls. Fraser, lovely, took that round the goalkeeper and tucks it away. And still the highlights come. 5 minutes of injury time. We're in the 6th minute. Sass-Davis over the top. And they've defended that very well, considering it's right in injury time. And the referee, I think, was offside and calls time anyway. And that Neil Williams goal after 49 minutes, no more than a consolation. Put them in front, but we turned it around once again. 2 goals in injury time at the end of that game made it look really, really easy, and it wasn't that easy. Omotoy, 2 goals. And Nathan Fraser has a player of the match, 9.5. Why does it keep wanting to do that? 2 goals, 1 clear-cut chance and created, and also 1 key pass and an assist. So he's had a really good day coming off the bench on 62 minutes. I think puts him back in pole position. Lewis Walker not having a bad day in the end. He 2 key chances, 2 clear-cut chances and an assist. He's not played badly either. So Omotoy really upped it when he moved from right to left. So maybe there's a lesson to be learnt there. So in the end, 12 shots, 7 on target, over 50%, 2.57, 48% of the possession. They had 6 shots, 2 on target, 0.80, 52% of the possession. Let's have a look and see how that affects the table. And this is how it looks at the top of the table. We have consolidated our 2nd place. We have a 3-point gap now over Bristol Rovers, albeit they do have a game in hand, but we've got 11 goal superior goal difference over them, so they're not going to catch us unless they score an absolute cricket score. So I think, we're pretty safe in that 2nd place at the moment. We're now 8 points clear. 7 points clear of Wigan in 7th, just outside the playoffs. So it's looking more and more likely that we guarantee ourselves a playoff place. What we're really after, of course, is that automatic promotion. To be honest, really, really tricky start to the season. And I have to admit, I didn't think we were going to be where we are now. And if we can get automatic for the North 1, 2, 3, 4th season in a row, I really didn't expect it. I thought we could. We were struggling early in the season. I thought we might struggle to finish mid-table, but we've been on such a good run, and these players that have come in have fixed on this this system, and we're doing very, very well. Buxton fans want permanent deal struck for Fraser. I don't doubt it. And you come back with the round of matches played on Tuesday night. We're playing on Wednesday. and a round of matches played, albeit Bristol City and Bristol Rovers playing with us on the Wednesday. But Charlton have played. They've drawn 2-2 with Leyton Orient. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one there. Well, they drew 2-2 with Bolton. They drew 2-2. Drew 2-2 with Bolton. And as a consequence, we have played the same amount of games to them now, albeit we're going to play our game in hand in just a moment, in effect, to give them another game in hand. But we are 3 points clear of them and 3 points clear of Bristol Rovers, albeit they have a game in hand over us. So this game is quite important against Ipswich Town. Ipswich down in 7th on 62 points. They will be wanting to get back up into the playoff places and getting in front of Peterborough. Peterborough drawing 0-0 with Bradford City. So that's how it's looking as we go into this round of games. Let's have a look at the team that will face Ipswich Town in this test then, if you like, and it's a precursor for the semi-final of the Papa John's Trophy. And the side to face Ipswich Town in this League One match: Thomas in goal, Scanlon, Williams, Smith and McDonald are our backline. Walsh and Griffiths in front of them. Mundell comes back in to lead the midfield. Omatoy on the left. He's better as an inside forward. I think we set him as an inside forward last time out. And Johnny Smith is on the right. He's better as a inverted winger on that right side. Yep, that's right. So he's out on the right with Fraser leading the attack. Molden, Sass Davis, Tomlinson, Pedder, Camwa, Walker and Moss on the bench for this one. And this is how the two sides line up, playing 4-3-3. And Ipswich Town, they're playing with a flat back three, two wing backs, two defensive midfielders, two wide players and in attacking midfield. They are in 7th place at the moment on 62 points. We're second on 68. And this is how the two teams line up. And Ipswich with the first highlight after 8 minutes. Swung in and it's bobbled around. It's gone out for a corner. Well defended. We've conceded a few at corners recently. We need to make sure we don't hear today. It's headed out, but not cleared. And we need to break out a little bit now. Goal kick for Ipswich. Donald heads that down to Mundell. Griffiths. Walsh. Walsh finds Omatoy. Omatoy tried to get that through to Fraser. Didn't. Mundell wins the ball back though. Omatoy's in. Flashes it over the top. And half-time comes, no more highlights. Both sides finding it hard to hit the target. In fact, Ipswich did twice from 6 shots, 0.78, 44% of the possession. We've had 6 shots, none on target. So they've defended very well, 0.31. We need to find a breakthrough. We've had 56% of the possession, but not hitting that target isn't helping. And Barnsley are beating Bristol City by 2-0. So that is quite interesting, and as much as if we could beat Ipswich, we would close the gap on Bristol City. First highlight of the second half, and it's a free kick to Ipswich Town. 51 minutes on the clock, and it's in a dangerous position, and it's in, but gone over the top. Corner for Ipswich, swung in. Thomas comes out and collects. Is the highlight going to continue? Thrown out to Williams. Just looking, coming up on 65 minutes to make some changes. Try and get a bit of speed in here. That's a poor ball from Mundell. Not what we'd expect. And Ipswich Town come forward. We've got to stop this. Mundell wins it back. Got a bit of a... What's gone on there? Omatoy run past it. Yeesh. and the ball given back almost as easy as we won it off them. Oh, and Scanlon's going to get sent off. Well, we're nearly 65 minutes. We were going to make some changes, but that has caused us to have to make changes. Callum Scanlon getting sent off for a second yellow card. A pretty poor tackle it was as well. So we've made a number of changes. Obviously, we've taken one of our central midfielders out. We brought Tomlinson on, who can play in that left wing-back position. So that's what he's come on to do. We've also made some changes in defence. Sass Davis to shore up that defence. He's come on in place of Harry Williams. I had to think then for a minute. Harvey Griffiths has come off. That's who we sacrificed in the Scanlon to bring on Tomlinson. Harry Williams is off for Sass Davis, as I've said. Nathan Fraser, who's not had a good time up front, he's been replaced by Lewis Walker. Johnny Smith has come off, and Perry Moss has come on the right to try and inject some pace over there. We'll leave him as an inverted winger for now. Or should we put him on as a winger? Let's put him on as a winger. Might do some good. Let's see how we get on with this. We might have to change it up again very slightly if we don't make any impact. Down to 10 then, it's going to be difficult. And with 81 minutes on the clock, make our final change. Liam Walsh is tired. We've replaced him with Rafferty Pedder in midfield. Would we have been better replacing him with... No, we were replacing him with... it's either that or Liam Walsh with Bobby Camwa. Don't know that it makes a lot of difference. We'll replace him with Camwa just to see what happens. So that's the final change. Can we see this game out? Mundell. Moss loses out to a better. And that's a poor ball. Camwa. Obertoy. Walker's in. Oh, goalkeeper saves it. And Lockyer clears into touch. Highlight continues from the throw in. 88 minutes on the clock. And that's cleared upfield. And no more highlights. We've survived a 0-0 draw. Bit of a bore draw. And lots of yellow cards. In fact, we'll get another fine for that, I think. But under the scheme, a 0-0 draw against Ipswich. Down to 10 men for quite a considerable amount of time. I think we've not done too badly. Disappointing. Nobody really hitting the spot today, and we found it very difficult to find a way around them. We might have to work something out for the game against them in the Papa John's Trophy. But the other thing just to mention is, of course, we've not won the game in hand that we had. But 9 shots, 1 on target, 0.74, 53% of the possession. They had 10 shots, 3 on target, 1.04, 47% of the possession. Let's see how that affects the table. Well, Bristol City come back from 2 goals down against Barnsley at half-time. And they've had a stonking second half, beaten them 4-2, opens the gap up 6 points at the top of the table and a game in hand. Bristol City look like they're going on as champions. Bristol Rovers beating Wycombe by 1-0. That point that we got in that game has helped us slightly, albeit Bristol Rovers have a game in hand over us, and they're only 1 point behind us now, which is a bit ghouling, really. We're 4 points clear of Charlton, and they have a game in hand, but they're on down. We are okay, so it's Bristol Rovers and Charlton, our immediate concerns below us, and we need to watch them because they are the ones that will catch us. But playoff place is Peterborough just outside on 63, so we're 6 points clear of that at the moment, albeit they do have a game in hand. So it's all very tight at the top as we go into the nub end of the season. So Fleetwood will be offline, and then we're coming back for Ipswich Town, the reverse of that game that we've just seen. And let's hope. So far we've 2 meetings and we've not scored. They've not scored against us. Both of them very tight affairs. Something has got to happen in that game against Papa John in the Papa John's semi-final. Been to Wembley once in a trophy final. We lost to Notts County. Are we going to go to Wembley again? That is the question. But as I say, Fleetwood before, then Ipswich Town and Peterborough in the next episode. Peterborough currently 7th in the table. We're currently in 2nd place, of course. So it's getting to that point in the season, and then we'll have a couple of episodes left, I think. Depends whether we get through, because the game is on the 5th of April. So it depends whether we beat Ipswich or not as to how we follow going down. Otherwise, it'll be Leyton Orient and Rotherham, and then Wickham offline, coming back for Bristol City and Charlton. And not an easy to end to the season, especially if we need to pick up points in order to secure that automatic position. We need to get there before then, I think. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and new series as they are released. If you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, the best way of doing it is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. New episodes of To Be a Legend currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you for the next episode 64. It's out on Thursday. Till then, bye-bye.